Hello all. In this video session we'll be discussing about few programs related to one-dimensional array. We will be seeing how we can read and print values of an array, then how we can perform linear search, then how we can find largest element in an array. Okay, so the first program is to read and print values in an array. So the input will be to read the elements of the array, and we have to output the elements of the array. Okay, or print elements of the array. So this is our code. So in order to write the printf function, we have to include the studio.h file. I have defined a constant size with value 10. Then we have main. Inside I have declared num of size, then n comma I. Num of size means memory will be allocated for 10 locations in the array num. Then n is for holding the size, and I is for traversal. Okay, so first of all n is read, then after that the array elements are read using a for loop. For I equal to 0, I less than n plus plus I, scanf percentage d, then address of num I. Then these elements are printed again using a for loop. For I equal to 0, I less than n plus plus I, printf percentage d, then two spaces are given so that while printing there will be spaces. Then it will be taking the value from num of I. Then once execution finishes, I just given a statement for printing new line character. So this is our program. Okay, now I'm going to compile this file. So I'm going to terminal, then gcc. Name of the program file is readprint array.c. I'm going to output it to readprint array.out. Okay, so no errors. So I'm just going to run it. Readprint array.out. Size, it is asking for size. I'm just going to give 4. I'm giving the elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the array elements are 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have read the elements using a for loop, also printed the elements using a for loop, and each element in the array is accessed using this subscript operator. Okay, so now this was a program to read and print values in an array. Okay, now I'm just going to show you how linear search can be implemented using C programming language. I'm just going to copy this code. Okay, I'm going to close this. Then I'm going to again gedit linear search.c. Okay, I'm going to open that file. So here we want to demonstrate linear search. So the input will be an array of size n and its elements, and item will be the value to be searched in the array. Okay, and the output will be to print whether that particular item is present in an array or not. Okay, so now I'm just going to paste this code. Okay, and here we doesn't require to print. Okay, so here also the steps are the same. The memory will be variables are declared for the array num, then size n, and I is used for traversal. Then size is read, then array elements are read using a for loop and num of I. Okay, then after that we are not printing the elements. We are required to declare one more variable index, and I am going to initialize -1, which means that initially we are assuming that item is not found. Okay, so my index equal to -1 means that I'm just assuming that item is not found. Then after that we will be using this for loop for performing search. Okay, for performing linear search. Okay, so inside the linear search, like we discussed the algorithm, we will be searching each element of the array num. So num of I equal to is the searched against item, and if they are same, then what happens, we got the index equal to I, then we will break from the loop. Okay, so here we will be searching if index equal to -1. In that case the item is not found. Okay, else printf item is found. Item is found at index idx. Okay, so this is our code. So this is our logic for finding or searching a particular item in our array. Okay, so if index remains -1, then item is not found, else item is found at index this particular value. Okay, so I'm just saving this, then I'm just going to clear this, and then I'm going to compile linear search.c, and I'm going to output the output file to linear search.out. Okay, so there is an error. I forgot to put some semicolon before 12.2. Okay, so here there was no semicolon, that's why error there. Is there any other errors? Undeclared item. Okay, I haven't declared the item variable for item, so I am going to declare variable for item, and also I am going to write a statement for reading the item. Okay, now for reading the item, I'm just going to copy these statements, Control C, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so I'm going to here enter the data to be searched. Okay, and then inside I am going to read item. Okay, so I have just modified the code so that the item to be searched is also included. Okay, so we have read the size of the array elements, then the item to be searched. Okay, so now we will just clear this, and then we will compile again. Okay, no errors, /linear search.out. So I'm going to give sizes for values are 2, 6, 7, and enter the data to be searched. I am going to give 6. So 6 is found at index 2, right? 0, 1, 2. So 6 is found at index 2. Again, I'm going to just run this. Then I'm going to give, let's say, 5, and the values are 2, 5, 6, 3, and 8. And I'm going to give element to be searched as 10. So here 10 is not found, right? Here 10 is not found. Okay, so this is how linear search works. Okay, so I'm just going to put a backslash in here as well, and the statement is not required. Okay, then so this is how linear search works. Okay, now consider a question comes like this: find the number of occurrence of a particular item in an array. Okay, find the number of occurrence of a particular item in an array. What modification can be done to this code to find the number of occurrences? Okay, that's what we are going to do. So I'm just going to copy this, Control C, and I'm going to open new file, gedit. Okay, count items in an array .c. Okay, so I'm going to paste it. So the program is to count the number of occurrences of an item. Okay, so the input is an array num, its size n and elements, and also an item whose occurrences are to be found. Okay, so the output will be to print the number of occurrences of item in array num. Okay, so the same logic is used here. So here our program, we have the array num and size n, then I for traversing through the array. Then instead of index, I'm just going to give count. So initially count is equal to 0. Initially count is 0. Then enter the array size is red, then elements of the array is red, then the item is red. Okay, now in the linear search we will make one modification, that is we will be traversing through the array, and if this value at num of I is equal to I, then we have found that particular item, and I will just increment the count. Okay, and we won't be exiting from the loop. We will continue this until end of the loop is reached, and in any place if it finds a value equal to item, then count will be again incremented. Okay, that's how we will be counting the number of occurrences of a particular number in an array. Okay, and finally we will be printing that number of occurrences, that is printf. So this will be printing number of occurrences of item in num array is count. Okay, the values of item and count will be printed here. Okay, then I am going to give return 0. Okay, now we'll just compile this program. Okay, I'm just going to compile this GCC. The name of the program is count items.c, and I'm going to output it to count items array dot out. So okay, no errors. Slash cnt items dot out. I'm going to run this program. I'm just going to give size as 5, then elements as 2, 4, 3, 5, and again I'm going to give 2. Okay, so enter the data to be searched, or enter the data whose occurrences are to be searched. So I'm just going to give 2. So number of occurrences of 2 in this array is 2. So this linear search can be modified so that we can find out number of occurrences of a particular integer in an array. Okay, now next we will see how we can find the largest element in an array. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this code. Okay, Control C, so close this, and then gedit max of array.c. Okay, now so this is, now we are going to find program to find the largest element in an array num. So input will be an array num with its size n and elements, and output will be the largest element in the array. Okay, so we are just going to paste the code that we used, and okay, I'm just going to delete these codes. Again, I'm going to delete this code, and okay, I'm going to delete this code as well. Okay, the remaining code is just for reading the array size and also for reading the array elements. Okay, since we are going to find the largest element in the matrix, I'm going to initialize a variable for holding the largest element. Okay, so once the size and elements of the array are read, I'm just going to give, okay, initially I'm just going to assume that the largest element is the element at index 0. Okay, it may not be the case, but just assuming here that first element or 0th element is the largest element. Then I want to compare this max or this element with every other element in the array. Okay, for that I'm going to write for I equal to 1. Okay, I less than n, then plus plus I, then if num, or if num of I greater than max, then what we have to do, if a number at a particular index is greater than the max, that is the value that assumed to be max, then we have to assign that number as max. So I am going to assign max equal to num of I. Okay, and this process will be continued till end of this loop. Okay, so it simply means that we consider that, okay, consider that we have the array, let's say we have the array elements 2, 4, 3, 1 and 5. Okay, and we have, let's say, okay, we have initially we have max as 2, that is of 0, then it is compared with 4 is greater, so again it is changed to 4. Then again when it is compared with 3, 4 is greater, so no change. It is compared with 1, no change. Then again when max is compared with the num of 4, it is value is 5, so this 5 is greater than 4, so here max is changed to 5. So this is what happening inside this for loop. Okay, again. Okay, so I'm going to save this file. Now I want to print the largest element, so printf. So the largest element in the array is what? The value stored in max. Okay, so that will be printed. So I am going to save this, and I'm going to clear this, and so now I'm just going to compile this program. So gcc maxarray.c and output it to maxarray.out, no errors. And I'm going to run this program, maxarray.out. Okay, so size I'm going to give, let's say 5, and array elements 10, 20, 15, 18, 21. Okay, so the largest element is 21. Again, I am going to run this program. Okay, I'm just going to give sizes for elements as, let's say 23, 21, 12. Okay, I'm going to give 20. So here the largest element is 23. This is how we find the largest element in an array. Now consider that you want to find the smallest element in the array, then you can just make a small modification here. Here, instead of comparing, checking whether it is greater than this particular value, we can use the less than symbol. Okay, that way you can find the smallest element in the array. Okay, so try to work out these programs. Also, you should try other programs, like how you can find the second largest element in an array, how you can find the nth largest element in the array. Exercise these programs. Okay, thanks.